What's up guys, today I'm coming at you with my top 5 secrets to starting your SMMA today and how you can successfully scale from zero and get to that 10 to 20K a month mark within 90 days, because I think that that's a pretty fair threshold for a lot of people and pretty much like objectively where most people want to be, especially in that span of time. So today we're just going to go over 5 of these strategies that I think will be a complete game changer when it comes to scaling up your business. Start with the number 1 tip I have is all related to outreach. I think that outreach is the most important part when it comes to client acquisition because it's all about your approach. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day what you're selling as much as how you're selling it to that person. So this first secret comes down to your client outreach approach. I think from scratch, everyone wants to reach out on Instagram because it's the easiest way to do it, but at the same time, you have to realize that there are so many other people reaching out to people on Instagram trying to offer them effective marketing strategies or offering to build up their brand or any of the above. So you need to set yourself apart. I don't want to see you guys DMing everyone in the same way that everyone else DMs them, saying, oh, I can help build your brand today, or oh, I can change your social media presence or any of that, because at the end of the day, I myself probably get 50 to 100 of those DMs every day, and I'm not responding to any of them because I know exactly what it all is, and it's another person just trying to get money out of me, just trying to get me to pay for some type of marketing service. So what I can recommend in this case is to have you take a different approach. Reach out to people in an organic manner. Reach out to them, tell them you love their content, tell them you love what type of stuff they're posting on social media, or mention something in specific that you like that they do on Instagram or their social media that you think is super effective. But try to build some type of organic relationship with them instead of just trying to sell them on something out the gate, because the second that you try to open them on a sell right away, you've completely eliminated all chances at building some type of organic relationship with them. So instead, refocus your approach, go for it in an organic manner, and worry about the sale later down the road. It doesn't matter. You don't need to sell someone on something the second you reach out to them. If you can work on building a relationship with them for a couple weeks and just chatting with them about social media and kind of different strategies that you guys use to build up your social media accounts, eventually there will always be a natural opportunity for you to fit in some type of marketing proposal or any type of retainer offer that you do, and that will be a much better time and much better opportunity once you've already worked your way into their social presence. So like I said, just don't try to force a sell right off the bat. Go for some type of approach that's actually going to build a genuine connection with that person. Moving on to the second strategy here, which is to prioritize your customer service over everything. And what I mean by this is make sure that you are not that guy who's responding once per day or once per week to your customers. You want to show that you fully care and are attentive to each individual client's progress. Even if you're not necessarily producing any type of results at the start, you want to keep your clients updated. You want to have someone, even if it's not yourself, who's constantly able to respond to the clients and answer any questions they may have, give them progress updates, and just kind of let them know what's going on with everything. Because at the end of the day, a client will care so much more about knowing that you're being attentive and catering to their individual needs than knowing that you're actually producing results at the very start. So showing the initiative and showing that you actually care and that you're following up with them and not just making it so that you're reactive to their communication is going to be 100% the most effective way to continue to keep your clients on retainers month after month, even if you're not necessarily producing results right out of the gate. And so you need to make sure that you're just handling your customer service properly. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be you, but as long as someone in your business is managing that, then you're completely going to see a different result when it comes to managing retainers with clients and keeping them on board month after month. And now getting to the third secret for starting your SMMA successfully today, and this one comes down to scaling. I think in terms of scaling, the very most important thing that you can possibly do is collect positive testimonials or case studies from your customers. And in this case, it all comes down to the approach. If you want to collect positive testimonials, the one thing that makes more sense to do than anything else is offer your returning clients a discount for a month or two on their retainers as a means to provide some type of testimonial video or as a means to collect some type of objective case study from them. And in this case, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just a gesture that shows that you care about collecting a good testimonial from them, and in exchange, you'd like to offer them some type of discount. And customers, regardless of their experience with you, will look at this and appreciate it just for what it is. They'll appreciate the gesture you're offering them. And it's so much easier to collect some type of good testimonial video where they're praising the work you do for them and basically just praising what you've produced for them so far. So there is no reason to not offer this to a customer, especially when you're operating in-house and doing your own marketing system. Offering a couple $100 discount for 1 month would do nothing to you. And it basically just offers the opportunity for you to build an amazing case study and then show it to other people, and you'll be able to onboard other clients so much easier. So value that little short-term hit in order to produce so many more clients in the future. Number 4, an amazing secret for building a successful SMMA business, particularly with organic content in this day and age, is to dial in on some micro niche, or at least just niche in general, whether it's entrepreneurs, a specific type of business, or anything else along those lines. You want to find one thing that you can study and you can begin to understand in depth content-wise, to the point where you're able to replicate that and create success for a lot of people across the board. Because it's a lot easier to work with 100 clients in one niche than it is to work with 10 clients in a bunch of different niches. In this case, all you have to do is focus in on creating a replicatable system where you can offer the same exact service to every single client of yours, and it's a very copy and paste strategy that works for all of them in the same exact way. And the 5th and final secret I have for starting your SMMA today is to just know your client. Know the type of funnel that you're going to have to produce to close that client in the most seamless way possible. Because anything, and I mean any single small thing, can disrupt a client's interest or disrupt their want to lock in with you in that specific instance. So if you have one little red flag that shows up, or one thing that overcomplicates your closing process with that client, beware, you might lose that sale. So in this case, I guess my best and final piece of advice is just to know the type of client you're working with. If you're working with someone who isn't super social media savvy, don't try to give some intricate explanation of how the social media side of things works. Try to center it more on the actual objective organic marketing style that you work with. Or in the case that you're working with someone who is super social media savvy, try to make sure that you are explaining it in as much depth as possible so that they fully understand the scope of what you can offer. So make sure that you prioritize every single prospective client when it comes to that closing process, and you make sure that you've streamlined the process for them as much as possible. And with that, guys, that is my 5 best secrets to starting your SMMA today in this day and age from scratch, and building it to that 10 to 20K a month mark that everyone dreams of right off the bat. Take a look. We're here in Miami, Florida, loving life as usual, and tune in for another video. I might drop one tomorrow for all we know, but check out the caption below for a free guide for how you can start your SMMA ASAP. I'm trying to help out as many young people as possible who want to escape that college and 9-to-5 route. If you don't think that's for you, then tap in below, because I have a free guide that details all of the outlining steps to starting your SMMA and getting it scaled to that point where you can be financially free. Check it out, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.